The Ventura pattern. The one thing that a Ventura has in terms of its highest drive is their drive to exert influence on people and events. So for them, they're going to be very independent, very self-driven and self-motivated. They want to put their mark on an idea. They're typically very big picture focused, vision orientated. Where are we heading? And how can they have the greatest impact on results? They're very goal orientated. Now, for them, that's really pulling their profile along. So we find that self-driven, self-motivated, they want to be quite proactive in how they get their job done. Because of their low patience drive, they want to work quickly and at a fast pace. They want variety. So, whilst achieving their goals, they want to do that quite quickly. They've got a lower extroversion drive. So, you're going to see that, yes, they will go into those conversations and talk through ideas, but they're going to be a little bit more direct, to the point, and blunt at times. For them, their style will be a little bit decide and announce. They'll typically come up with those big ideas. They love solving problems, but they're often going to do that in private. So they'll come into a meeting and say, hey guys, I've had this great idea. Here's what we're doing. So for them, they've really got to learn how to get others on the board with the journey, maybe talk through their ideas before they launch and announce. They've got a lower formality drive, so you'll see them work really well in ambiguous situations. As long as they've got the goal in mind, let them free and let them go. They can work in ambiguity. They can deal with that flexibility. They like to have that variety and flexibility in their role to work outside of the rules or to even bend the rules if needed. Now, when giving feedback to a Ventura, we know that they're going to be more sensitive around that A drive, that dominance drive. So telling them they've been unsuccessful, they haven't achieved, they've lost the race, so to speak, they're going to be much more sensitive around that area. So make sure that if you're giving them feedback, to be a little bit more cautious in that area. In terms of motivating a Ventura, the best way to work with them is get aligned on your goals together. Making sure that you're aligned on your goals. If you can do that with a Ventura, you're really going to set yourself up for success. If you can get them on board with that, you can set yourself in the same direction. Off you go 100 miles an hour and they will be on your team. Conflict will happen if you're not aligned on your goals. So Venturas, you've got to work well with them through that goal alignment, that vision, making sure you're clear on the direction. The best way to motivate a Ventura is to provide them opportunities to compete, but also achieve their goals. So setting them these big goals and those big directions, they want to compete, they want to win, and whether that's against your competitors, they really do want to achieve those goals. The other thing for you is making sure they've got a variety of things to work on. They don't like working on repetitive, and especially detail-orientated work. They will get bored very quickly. And also be careful not to micromanage them and really get into their work on their behalf. They're naturally really independent. They don't need you to do that. So again, manage them on their goals and then let them go out and do it their own way. When coaching a Ventura, it's really important you help them really understand the opinions of others before they proceed on a decision. So for them, because of that being goal orientated and a little bit more introspective, they'll go out and make those decisions. So it's important that we remind them to see the value of other people's opinions and how to collaborate really with others to get those best ideas from the group. The other thing is getting them to think about their risk taking approach and how it might impact others. So naturally, they're really open to risk, big ideas, new ideas, but getting them to analyze how they're perceiving that risk and maybe the impact it'll have on the teamwork, others, customers is really important. And lastly, help them with action planning. For them, they're naturally really proactive, but they may not want to get into the details around that plan. So you can help them execute on those ideas through getting into those details, rules, and structure for them. So hopefully this has been really helpful on you learning more about the Ventura pattern.